and welcome back to Snake Way. It's your boy Sir Christopher, and today I wanted to make a quick video. I know I normally do the reactions, man, and turn up on that, but today I want to do a little something different. This episode is going to be 10 benefits to being single versus 10 benefits of being in a relationship. And I think I have enough say so to really have input on the matter. I've been in relationships pretty much my whole life, man. So I definitely know the benefits on both ends, and I will objectively talk about each point. So with the first point, I'm gonna start off with the benefits to being single. Both of these things, I'm not telling anybody before we get started. I'm not telling anyone it should be single or should be in a relationship. What I am telling you is the benefits and perks, and I'm going to explain just a little bit of how it's helped me and affected me. You know what I mean? First one being more time to focus on yourself and your personal growth. Now, when I was growing up, my dad was super strict on me, and he told me before I decided to get into a relationship and be serious with a woman, that I should have my shit together. I should have things in order. I should have money in my bank account, 6 to 12 months of saving in the bank account. Should have, at least a 700 credit score. He told me that I should have my own place. I should know who I am before allowing someone into my space. Now, mind you, I was young. I was in my early teens, early 20s, late teens. And just thought my dad was being a hater because I was outside, And I was like, Dad, you don't know, times has changed, this, that, and the other. But he told me one thing that always stick with me. He was saying, hey, it's all good. Everybody's going to be around you when you up. It's that time when you fall down on your face, you look around to your left and right, you're not going to have nobody around you. And that's because you had a failure of planning, and planning is imperative for a man. You know what I mean? I could speak on each of these points for me being a man. And mainly, I just want to just break it down. This show channel is just on men's improvement. I don't have a problem with women, checking it out. But at the end of the day, I want to help my bros because I didn't have that in my corner. I had to figure it out, falling on my face a few times. So I don't want that to be you. So that's why I'm giving you the sauce right now. And hopefully you can apply that to your daily life, So with time and focus on yourself, your personal growth, definitely want to have those things in order. You want to have a good career behind you. It's not about just having a job. It's not just about, I checked the mark on having good credit. I checked the mark on having my dream car. It's not about that. It's about hitting every benchmark that you want to possibly hit so that you're fulfilled within yourself before allowing another person in your space. Number two, more freedom to plan your own social and leisure activities. Straight up, man. When you're in a relationship, having your own time and leisure for activities is slim to none. You're always going to be bundled up. You're always going to be wondering what your girl wants to do. You're going to be sacrificing, situations for your girlfriend or your boo, your wife, whoever it may be. It's going to be, compromise. And if you're not really ready to compromise, or you've been in a situation where you couldn't compromise growing up because you were under, a strict parent household, you're not going to want to hear anybody trying to tell you to do something. You know what I mean? Like when you want to go out to social and be social and go to events, your friends invite you out, you should get all that out of your system before deciding to want to be in a relationship, because it's not going to be the way you think. I mean, all looks good on Instagram pictures, you know what I mean? On Facebook, all looks good. But I'm keeping it real with you. You're thinking you're going to still be able to do the stuff that you were doing when you were single, just making time on your own. you're going to likely be single. It's going to be really difficult to try to pull that across. You probably get away with it one, two, three times. Shit, you might get away with it four times, but there's going to put in time where she's going to put her foot down, you make you choose. You know what I mean? Either your activities or it's going to be her. Um, Next, freedom to make decisions without consulting someone. And that just goes back to my next point. Like, you don't want to have to consult no one. Like me growing up, it was, my mom, my dad, me, my little brother. And a lot of times I couldn't go out because of the neighborhood I was in. I just had to stay in the house, you know? Or if I did go out, I would have to, call in. And I didn't like calling in. I wanted to move on my own time, you know? When I'm out with my people, I was out with my people. Like, I don't like, consulting with someone about decisions I want to make. I want to move them the way I want to move, you know? I know it's an accountability thing. I get that. But a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? They're not with that. They're not with, the checking up, hey, this is what I'm doing at this time of hour, this time of hour. Some people, it works for them. But people like me, I beat to my own drum. And I like to just make moves and do what I like to do when I like to do them. So it's very difficult for me to compromise because I've been in a situation growing up where I didn't get that leisure to just do what I want to do. I had to, I had to abide by my parents' rule if I want to eat. So that's what it was. Um, Next, more time and money to travel and explore. One of the biggest things that I wish I was able to do uh, would be traveling and really get into the culture of these countries. I've been in the military for quite a while, and I've been to plenty of different countries, but I never really had a chance to really embrace the culture, stay there for 4 to 6 months, really just kind of uh, dive in and indulge yourself with the people there and the food, the dancing, the the history. I think that every young man needs to do that before they even decide to get serious. You need to go to another country. You need to learn another language. You need to travel. I'm not saying for a weekend. You need to put yourself in a position where you have a couple of dollars saved up and you need to leave for about 2 to 3 weeks. You go somewhere, go to South America, go to Europe, go to Africa. And that's going to give you a different perspective of how you want to move and how you see the United States in general. I'm from the US, so I see things very differently now that I've been in different countries. And I wish I had done that a little bit more um, on my leisure, not because the military told me that I had to go there. You know what I mean? So yeah. Next, the ability to cultivate close friends without distraction. Um, I have a okay. Here's a story. So I had one of my good friends, and he was an artist, and he was making music. He was deep in it. He was really dope, and I was producing. I was making music, and we were pretty close. And I told him that I would shoot back up, back and forth. You know what I mean? He stayed up in Baltimore, so I would go back, here and there when I could get leave to go back. But because I was in the military and I was in relationships, I couldn't go back to him and really lock in and get those studio sessions in. So he couldn't rely on me. And it's very important if you want to be out there and be an entrepreneur that you create a network of men that want to work with you. You know what I'm saying? That can rely on you. They know that you're gonna pull through when times is hard. And when you put a date on the schedule, you stick to that date, and it isn't like, oh, I can't do it because my girl told me that I can't do it, or I can't do it because I got to go go on this date or whatever. No, you want to lock in. And one of the most important things that was told to me was that your network is your net worth. So it's very imperative that you build these relationships. And with me, being in the studio and working, I'm gonna tell you right now, things can be like, oh, I don't have any expectation. We're really boring. You be in the studio for about 45 minutes to an hour. You hear somebody dope, you know what I mean? Or they hear some of your music and they want to collab, they want to work, and you be in the studio for 8, 9 hours, just like that. And if you're in a relationship, it's going to be if unless your partner is in the music industry. But if you're not in the music industry and she's just working her regular 9 to 5, she ain't gonna understand you being out in the studio, be out in the streets all night. Networking is everything, man. Especially in the beginning when you're grinding. And I would encourage, before you get into a relationship, ask yourself, like, where I want to be at in the next 3 to 6 months. You know what I mean? Like, really ask yourself, write it down on a piece of paper, like where I want to be at, and do I have time to entertain, women? And it's cool to go out on a date here and there, and of course you want to have the company of a woman around. It's great. It's great to have a company of a woman around. But if you're grinding and you're trying to establish yourself, then it's important that you realize that you need to put your priorities first, and that's just building these networks, building these strong friendships, because they're going to, like, men, like, when you have a really strong bond with, what I'm saying, with your team, they're gonna hold you down, man. You know what I mean? So you stay loyal, you have your wolf pack, it's gonna take you further. Um, let's see. Perfect opportunity to take up a new hobby or skill. Yeah, so you wanna go out or skydive, ride bikes. You're in a relationship, you ain't gonna have time to do none of that shit. You're gonna be in that couch, you're gonna be sitting on the couch at 7 o'clock watching Netflix with your girl, man. Like, until she feel tired. And you're gonna cross your fingers hoping that you be able to smash. Like, that's pretty much what it's gonna be at. It's definitely where you're gonna be at. You need to definitely have some time for yourself, pick up some hobbies before you decide to get into a deep relationship. You know what I mean? Do everything that you want on your bucket list, scratch it all off, say that I've done that, been there. Then it won't be bad when you gotta sit down and say, you know what? We can watch whatever we want, babe. You know what I mean? You want to watch Love is Blind? Let's watch Love is Blind. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is you want to watch, it's all good, because in the back of your head, you know that I've accomplished, checked off everything that I ever wanted to do, and that's done. Uh, so where are we at? Number 7, opportunity to learn more about yourself and what you truly want. You ever ask yourself what it is that you truly, genuinely wanted? A lot of people are depressed. But they're not depressed because of a clinical diagnosis. They're depressed because they felt like they weren't able to do what it is that they want to do. You know what I mean? They don't know what it is they truly want out of life. They don't know their purpose. If you don't have any purpose as a man, you're going to feel very lost. You're going to feel behind the power curve. You're going to feel like you're not accomplishing enough. And that's going to lead you into a depression. And when you lead into a depression, there's no way you can be into a relationship, because that energy, your girl is going to feed off that same energy. You don't want that. You don't want your woman to know that you're lacking because you don't even know who you are. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important to know, like, look, um, I already had a plan. I mapped it out. You know, I know where I'm going to be at from, before we met. I know where I was going to be at. So now that you're here, you're just, you know, a lovely addition to something that I've already been planning and building. You were already sketched out in my plans. It was just, were you the right woman? You know what I mean? And that is truly knowing who you are, when you've already planned out and mapped out when it was you were going to start seeking women. Because we're going to be honest, it's not difficult to find a good woman. You know what I mean? There's a lot of women really willing and ready to date and mingle and get to know you. It's all on you, your self confidence. You know what I mean? Do you have good hygiene? Do you know who you are? Can you look yourself in the eye and you be happy with the person that you are? If the questions are all yes, then you're going to have no problem finding a woman, because confidence is the key. And with confidence, what makes the confidence is doing what you said you were going to do and fulfilling all of those obligations. That's why you get guys that are pretty cocky about things that they accomplish, and they boastful. That's why you have, the people that are playing sports. You know what I mean? They won their medals, they won their championships, they got a chip on their shoulder. You know why? Because whatever they set out to do, they accomplish it. Even if they lost the game, they still know that they did their personal best. And that's why you had those, most of those stars become more than just athletes at the end of the day. They may go into entertainment, you know, or own business or real estate because they know how to make small goals. And that's very important for men to play sports. I'm going to put it out there. It ain't about the sport. It's about really having a coach underneath you, a mentor. You need a mentor. You're out here lone wolfing it, being who you are, and you ain't got no wolf pack with you. You ain't got no bros with you, no team. But you thinking you're going to get the world. You can't get the world by yourself, man. You know what I mean? You're lost in the sauce without a team, without a support. You need a mentor. It's very important to find a mentor. Now, I'm saying a mentor like you got to go and pay for somebody. Just find somebody that's doing something that you're doing, or jump on a Discord. Jump on Discords, man. If you can't find it, somebody's doing a little better than you. You can just feed off of them. Y'all can network. He can teach you something, and then maybe you can teach them something. But at the end of the day, that's still mentorship. So find that. Find that mentorship is very important. That you have somebody showing you the ropes in life. You know what I mean? Because things get sticky. Um, Number 8. I think we're on number 8. Number 8. Vital social network to explore. So, okay, social proof is very important. And let's take, for example, you want to be a party promoter. And this goes back into having time to do it. If you want to be out in the nightlife, socialite, and you go into like, say, a club, you go to a day party or, a lounge, and you're going there frequently, and they know you by the first name basis, they know what you want to drink. That's really good. That's actually a foot in the door, and you don't really realize it. Keep going back, buying yourself a section, getting the same thing, boom. And then you can, talk to the party promoter that throws these events. Uh, you get to know them on a personal level, and then you start to ask questions like, how can I add value here? I love this place. What I mean? It would be really cool if, what I'm saying, we do like a freestyle cipher. What I mean? At the end of every event, maybe that would be a good idea. You can talk to the DJ. You get in with the DJ. They know you good peoples. You can't do that if you're locked down in a relationship with a girl. You're not going to have the time to build that rapport. And, that's actually can be turned into revenue because then they can throw that bone to you. Like, you come here, you break bread at the club. You're good people. We know that you don't got no dirt on your shoulder. We're gonna let you run that event. That idea is pretty dope. So you go ahead and run it. And they give you the mic. So now you're getting a little piece of that revenue. And then you can start, branching off and throwing your own parties and events. But you wouldn't have been able to do that if you were locked down in the room with your girlfriend, you know what I'm saying? Or your your fiance, your significant other, y'all in the room together. You ain't gonna be able to do that, especially if your girl's not about going outside. You know what I mean? You have to find somebody that's really down with what you like doing. And even if she is down with what you like doing, women typically like to settle down. When they found their man, they're not really about going outside or you're going to be in the house all the time. Like men, we're about getting it. We can go out there, we can grind, we can get it. You know what I mean? Rain, sleet, snow, that's what we're built to do. We're built that way. We can go out whenever just to make that little network because we understand the value behind that handshake, looking the man in the eye and saying, I'm going to come through and I'm going to do that for you. Women's going to try to persuade you, try to give you some ass, tell you not to do it that day. And you ain't going. And you're going to lose those connections, and somebody else. It's a competition. Somebody else is going to jump in that lane, build that relationship that you you were going to the club every week doing. In the back of your head, you wanted to make that move, but now you can't make that move because your girl got you sitting in the house. Should thumb up your ass. Don't do that, man. Don't be that guy. Um. Okay. Last here, you got more your own space without having to consider someone else's needs. Well, if you're a really neat person like myself, you don't really like somebody just coming around throwing crap all around your house. You know what I'm saying? Not picking up behind themselves. It can get pretty annoying and daunting. Like clean up behind somebody. You know what I mean? If you got a certain scent that you want in your house, you want to walk in, you want to hear peace. You don't want to hear screaming, yelling. You don't want to be in control of your gravity, which is one of the benefits of being, a single man. You can just come in, make your bed, do everything clean. When you come back from a stressful day of work, it's still going to be clean. That motherfucker's still going to be clean. You know what I mean? Unless someone broke into your house is going to be clean when you go in there. You can kick back, you know what I mean? Throw on whatever tunes you want, whatever vibe you want it to be. You know what I'm saying? You got the lights, clap twice, boom, lights is on. It's a vibe. You know what I mean? Cook your little dinner. You got your routine. It's easier to keep a routine and stick to it and keep doing that when you're living by yourself. The downside to it, when you have a woman, you're not going to be able to have that. It's going to be up in the air. She may want to go out. She may want to take a walk. She may want to talk. You know what I'm saying? She may want you, I don't know, talk to her friends on FaceTime with her when they talk about girl shit. I don't know. She may want you to watch, Blind Date. I don't know. That's definitely very difficult. And I will have to say that, you know, it's not very, you gotta be a patient guy. I'm saying that. I'm leaving it at that. Not saying that it's a good or bad thing, but I'm just gonna say like when you got your own space, it's very simple for you to maneuver the way you want to maneuver. And I just will tell you, a clean house, organized house, makes it a lot easier down the road to organize and plan and map out the rest of your week. Um, Lastly, more flexibility to make changes to your life. So if you got a partner, you know what I mean, he wants to travel, he wants to go to, I don't know, Uganda, he wants to go Cape Town, boom, you can put on the map, hey, we're going to Africa in 3 months. Can you do it? You with a girl, she's not gonna let you just run with your homeboy, you and your homeboy to Africa. She's gonna be like, well, where are we going? You know what I'm saying? She's gonna want to jump on that jet with you. You can't make those kind of moves. She's not going to understand it, and you don't want to just bounce on her because that's going to be pretty, pretty selfish. You don't want to do that. Um, but those are just one of the, and that's an example. Can be very smaller than that. It can be like, hey, look, you want to go to a beer convention, and you can't go to the beer convention because you don't know if your girl wants you to take her out on Saturday because she bought a dress from Fashion Nova and wants you to fucking wear something to match her. Listen, um, make sure that you guys do what you need to do beforehand before settling down. Um, I'm at 22 right now. I didn't realize this was going to be so long, but I'm going to break it up. Actually, I'll break it up into two parts. That's what I'll do. Okay. If you guys like, this type of content, um, you know what I'm saying? Just let me know. I'll keep bumping these out. Drop a comment below. Let me know if I missed something. Let me know if you agree. Just give me a thumbs up, whatever. Um, Without further ado, I'm gonna do the next part. Um, and yeah. So that was 10 benefits to being single. The next episode will be 10 benefits to being in a relationship. All right, holla at me.